afternoon and welcome to an event that you, your family, and friends have all been highly anticipating, your graduation from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I am Dr. Elizabeth Troop, the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and on behalf of those on stage, our faculty and staff in front of you, and the entire university, welcome to today's ceremony. Can I have the audience please stand? Remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem, led today by Savannah Bennett. Today, you become part of another special family, that being UW-Platteville alumni. This is the 198th commencement ceremony at UW-Platteville, where more than 56,000 graduates have earned their diplomas. Congratulations to all of our candidates here today. Yesterday, we honored the graduates of the School of Business and the School of Graduate Studies. This morning, we saluted the rest of the graduates of the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture, and later on this afternoon, we graduate the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. In all, we have 1,221 undergraduate and 157 graduate candidates in the four ceremonies. As for today's ceremony, we will hear words of encouragement and congratulations from our student speakers, our principal speaker, and finally from our chancellor. We will then recognize some special people and finally present the candidates for graduation. Now, each commencement, student speakers are chosen to represent the graduating seniors. This year, in the College of LAE, 2 students were chosen. Our first speaker is a Platteville native, Emma Cleveland. She's double majoring in political science and sustainable and renewable energy systems, and that major led to a White House internship in communications with the Executive Office of the President in spring 2016. Emma was an outreach coordinator at Southwest Wisconsin Regional Planning Commission and a communications intern for the City of Platteville. She was an involvement team leader with the Pioneer Involvement Center, Vice President and President of the Residence Hall Association, and Chair of the President's Council, along with many other achievements. Please welcome Emma Cleveland.
Thank you, and good afternoon. I would like to begin by thanking everyone who has helped us get to this point. Thank you to faculty and staff who have helped us move forward in our studies and have given us support when we needed it most. Thank you to our friends and family who have encouraged us to follow our dreams and have been there for us in the good and bad times. Finally, thank you to the alumni in attendance. You have given us advice and paved the way for us to be successful, as we are now doing for future pioneers. So to begin, I would like to ask my fellow graduates a couple of questions. As students of UW-Platteville, did you ever think this isn't that great of a school? Or maybe it's not the best education, but it's affordable? Well, I have. That is until last spring, when I completed an internship in Washington, D.C. at the White House. I was lucky enough to have been selected from their application pool to intern with the Communications Office for the White House Council on Environmental Quality. Being a Platteville native and having continued my education at UW-Platteville, I was nervous to move to a big city. I was even more nervous to work for the Executive Office of the President of the United States. I distinctly remember thinking that I shouldn't have been accepted into this internship and that I wasn't sure I was academically prepared to intern here. But away I went for 4 months, and I truly believe I had a successful internship. I held my own, came up with new ideas, and pushed myself through the work my supervisors gave me. The big moment came when the First Lady's office coordinated an event where all staff could wear their college apparel. When I got to the office that day, I realized I was working with students and staff who had attended schools like Duke, University of Maryland, Oberlin, and Cornell. I was the only person from a school that didn't have name recognition. But you know what? I was just as good as any of them. The things that I learned in my classes, they learned in theirs as well. In fact, I had more experience because here at UW-Platteville, we have hands-on curriculum with professors who have worked in their respective fields. Hopefully every one of you here today has come to the conclusion that selecting UW-Platteville was the right choice. If someone tells you that you're just from UW-Platteville and your degree isn't that great, prove them wrong. Although I was often teased at my internship for being a rural girl from Wisconsin and for eating cheese curds, which I can't even begin to explain how many times I had to tell people what a cheese curd was, and that contrary to popular belief, not everyone in Wisconsin owned a cow. But my peers and my supervisors respected me, and I wouldn't have been able to gain that respect if it wasn't for what I learned here at UW-Platteville. If you think about it, UW-Platteville has given us so much over our time here. We have become better critical thinkers, better learners, and better, more compassionate human beings. We have learned from our professors and staff members, our friends, and the multitude of co-curricular activities that the university offers. Whether you go out and discuss politics with someone based on what you learned into your Intro to American Government class, teach an elementary student their times tables, or volunteer in a community service organization similar to what you participated in here, make sure you make every day a great day to be a pioneer. Thank you.
Now it's my great privilege to introduce our second speaker, Sakara Wages. She is a non-traditional student who majored in psychology and minored in political science. She served as a peer-assisted learning leader, a student support services tutor, a driven program assistant in the Office of Multicultural Student Affairs, and an academic advising intern in the Department of Psychology. She was selected to present an independent research project at the Midwestern Psychological Association Conference in Chicago, and most impressively, was recently accepted into a doctoral program in social work and social welfare at UW-Madison. Please welcome Sakara Wages.
Thank you. Yes, like Emma said, this is a great school, and I'd like to thank all of the faculty and staff who make it a great school. What if I told you if Stephen King and Oprah had something in common? Would you believe me? Well, they do. They were prepared for the opportunity of a lifetime. Stephen King's Carrie was rejected 30 times until his wife fished it out of the attic and presented it to publishers. Oprah was on her way to being a beauty queen until until her acceptance speech was until her acceptance speech that she prepared was so magnetic that the local news station reached out to her. Yes, they were lucky, but it wasn't just chance. See, Roman philosopher Seneca said that luck is at the intersection of preparation and opportunity. Stephen King was prepared. He had always wanted to be a writer. He went to college and got a degree in English. After college, he kept practicing and kept his skills sharp. So when the opportunity presented itself, he was ready. He was prepared. He made his luck. Oprah was prepared also. She had always wanted to be a newscaster. As a child, she would interview her dolls, and when she went to high school, she became an award-winning orator. When she got in front of the camera and she had her speech prepared, she was poised and practiced. She left nothing to chance. She made her luck too. When I was young, I wanted to teach and be a doctor, so I had it in my mind that I would be a doctor teacher. I facilitated a debate course in my high school senior class, in which I taught the senior class debate team. My first week at UWP, I met with the chancellor, and he asked what my plans were. I said, I don't know, maybe get a job, go to grad school. I mean, I hadn't been in school for 10 years, so I was just happy to be there. And he said, why don't you get your PhD? And I was just like, I don't know. It was beyond my conception. I was just a little black girl from Chicago. Like, my parents graduated from college, and children typically do better than their parents, so I expected to do pretty well. But I had never, thought to be a doctor since, adolescence. So I studied endlessly. I mastered my coursework. And when I applied to jobs, I had shining recommendations. Every opportunity thrown my way was a chance for me to show my abilities. During my junior year, after consulting with advisors and mentors, they suggested different programs in grad schools. They all made suggestions, but they mostly encouraged me to apply to both the master's program and the PhD program. By then, I fell in love with science, and I had it in my mind I was going to be a doctor. Long story short, like Stephen King and Oprah, I had been preparing for this my whole life. See, I was looking at it all wrong. I wasn't just a little black girl from Chicago. I'm also a scientist, a scholar, and my degree is evidence of how prepared I am. Fellow graduates, you may be unsure as to whether you are prepared, but I assure you, like my advisors did, that you are. I challenge you to draw upon your coursework and make every experience applicable. So, if you're a psych major like me, you should be able to make the case to any employer that you have the ability to make data-driven decisions. More specifically, I can make the case to an engineering firm that me and my psych degree is beneficial because I can design experiments to improve the functionality and eliminate the need for costly redesigns. So, if luck is at the intersection of preparation and opportunity, just like we did, you too can make your luck by being as prepared as possible. Graduates, faculty, friends, do you know what you would say to a future boss in an elevator, in a bar? You should. We all should. That way you can capitalize on every opportunity you come across, even if it's in the least likely of places. Thank you. And remember, make every day a great day to be a pioneer.
Can we have one more round of applause for both incredible young women? Now, you may be wondering what the different colored stoles and cords are around many of our graduates. Our international students wear white flag stoles featuring the United States flag and the flags of their home countries. UW-Platteville students who have studied abroad wear stoles featuring the flags of the countries where they studied. In addition, clubs, organizations, and honor societies have bestowed different color stoles and pins on their graduates, representing extracurricular and high-impact practice learning that went along with their classroom experiences. Now, I want to call special attention to those students wearing gold honor cords. These gold cords are worn by students who have received academic honors. The students graduating with academic honors are also designated with asterisks in the commencement program. Will the individuals who have achieved honors and are graduating magna cum laude please rise? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages above a 3.5. Congratulations to our magna cum laude graduates. Now, will the students earning the highest honors, who are graduating summa cum laude, please stand? These students have earned cumulative grade point averages between 3.75 and a perfect 4.0. Please join me in congratulating the summa cum laude graduates. You may be seated. Each faculty member has a different style of gown and accessories depending on his or her field and level of education. For a PhD, the hood is large and colorful and has a silk patch and a velvet patch. The silk patch is the colors of the institution that gave the degree, and the velvet tells you what kind of degree that is. The doctoral gown has a black velvet stripe that extends down the front, as well as 3 black velvet stripes, or sometimes blue, across the sleeves. For the master's degree, the hood is the same length as the doctoral hood, but does not fully expose the lining, and the velvet edge is not as wide. Faculty and staff also are wearing the colors of the institution that granted the highest degree they've been awarded. Today's principal speaker is Michelle Merkovich. 5 years ago, Michelle graduated from UW-Platteville with majors in criminal justice and psychology. Since 2014, she has worked for the Federal Bureau of Investigation as a staff operations specialist on the Joint Terrorism Task Force in Maitland, Florida, as well as the Washington, D.C. area. She's worked on counterterrorism threats from overseas. While at UW-Platteville, she was a student ambassador and has worked for the City of Platteville Police Department as a community service officer. After graduating in 2012, she earned an honorary Lifetime Pioneer Award from the Alumni Association. Please welcome Michelle Merkovich.
Good afternoon. I can't tell you how great it is to be back in my home state of Wisconsin. I've really missed my family, my friends, and cheese curds. I share Emma's frustration with having to describe what they are to every person that I've met in D.C. especially. I'd like to start by thanking everyone for joining me today and congratulating the University of Wisconsin-Platteville's 2017 College of Liberal Arts and Education graduates. It is truly an honor to stand here before you and welcome you into the next exciting chapter of your lives. For some, that's entering the workforce in your desired field. For others, it's continuing your education and receiving advanced degrees, starting a family, or even joining the armed forces. Regardless of the path you have chosen, you have the potential to join the ranks of today's leaders. Whether you pursue a career in the arts, education, international studies, history, law enforcement, psychology, philosophy, or politics, you have the ability to make a difference if you exemplify the characteristics of a great leader. I'll briefly discuss 5 that I have found to be the most reflective in my experience. First, you will need to inspire and motivate others. A true leader is measured by their actions, not by how many awards they have or what positions of power they hold. It is this responsibility to elevate those around you and express gratitude to those who have helped along the way that separates a leader from the rest. This encourages people to do their best, knowing that their work is appreciated and valued. I've had great leaders in my life motivate me, many of whom were professors in these halls. Without the encouragement, support, and guidance of one person in particular, Professor Joe Lomax of the Criminal Justice Department, I know I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I strive to motivate others like you have done for me. Second, you must demonstrate integrity by holding yourself to a high set of moral standards and communicating the principles and ideals you stand upon. Be honest with yourself and others, and don't let strong personalities push your true convictions. You know when your gut and heart are right. Listen to them. Third, you must be accountable by accepting responsibility for your actions and decisions, especially when they come with consequences. It is difficult for everyone to admit when they are wrong, but those that do command the respect of the people they lead, work with, and work for. And there is no substitute for respect. And please remember, it's okay to make mistakes. Trust me, I've made a few. What's important is that you learn from them and keep moving forward. Fourth, you must learn how to balance humility and confidence, a dichotomy I've heard in many speeches and which bears repeating. Know your strengths and weaknesses, and harness this knowledge to earn the trust of others while maintaining your authority. Finally, and most importantly, you need to say thank you. I would not be where I am if not for my family, friends, and coworkers supporting me every step along the way. Far too often, we take the kindness of others for granted. I had the pleasure to speak with some of the criminal justice students yesterday. They were very eager to meet me and ask questions, even at the end of a long school year, some of whom are graduating today. Their enthusiasm reminded me of how I was from my first day walking through Alsvik Hall to the last time I walked out the doors behind you. It is this passion that will drive you all to work hard and become what you have dreamed of. But don't forget this place and time in your life. Remember your friends, your professors, the support staff, and that you can always reach out for help, advice, and mentorship when you need it. I only graduated a mere 5 years ago, almost to the day. I feel so old. If there is one piece of advice I can give you, it's to not only try new things, but to try old things from a new perspective. I can't tell you the enjoyment I've received from re-experiencing things that I had tried once long ago and decided I didn't like. Continue to keep learning and reading, to keep asking questions and pressing for answers. I am very excited to see and hear how you do your family, myself, and this university proud in the years to come. You have a strong education and all the skills you need to be successful. Thank you, and congratulations once again, honored graduates.
Thank you, Michelle. I now ask that Phil Moldrum, President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, come forward to present the Alumni Lifetime Pioneer memberships. Phil?
Thank you, Provost Troop. The UW-Platteville Alumni Association annually recognizes outstanding graduates with the Honorary Lifetime Pioneer Award by awarding them lifetime memberships in the Alumni Association, a $400 value. The award is based on a variety of criteria, including campus activities and leadership, community involvement, professional development and employment, academic excellence, and probability of future involvement in the Alumni Association. I ask the following graduate to stand and be recognized. A political science and sustainable renewable energy double major from Platteville, sitting right behind me, Emma Cleveland. Congratulations, Emma. And to all of you, our graduates and soon-to-be alumni, congratulations. Wherever your next chapter in life takes you, always remember that we are forever pioneers. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. It's now my great privilege to introduce our Chancellor, Dennis J. Shields. Chancellor Shields has been the UW-Platteville Chancellor since the fall of 2010. During that time, he has guided the campus through tremendous growth in programs, resources, and facilities. In addition, he has championed the faculty and staff by working with all aspects of shared governance, ensuring the university remains committed to the core mission of providing an affordable and accessible education. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Chancellor Dennis J. Shields.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I know it's hot in here. I give advice to, when I'm asked, all the speakers for commencement, and I tell them a couple of things. I say it can be a good speech and it can be a bad speech, but as long as it's a short speech, everyone's going to be happy. I'm going to try to follow my own advice. So, graduates, I'm pleased to congratulate you this afternoon at this ceremony, marking the completion of your completion of the requirements for your academic program here at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. And I am pleased on behalf of myself, the faculty, staff, and everyone here to tell you that we are very, very proud of you. Now, parents, faculty, staff, you have my heartfelt appreciation for helping these students and graduates achieve their goals. We appreciate the financial, academic, and emotional support that you have provided to these prospective graduates assembled here today. Your belief in them has had a significant salutatory impact on their journey thus far. With your support, these graduates were able to believe in themselves, excel at this university, and achieve the success that we are celebrating today. So thank each and every one of you for your contribution to their success. Now back to you graduates. This ceremony, of course, marks the close of an important chapter in your lives and the beginning of another. When you cross this stage this afternoon, you will become a part of the Pioneer legacy. And as you embark on this next exciting phase of your lives, I challenge you to be true to a specific pillar that describes what it is to be a University of Wisconsin-Platteville pioneer, and that's to engage civically, and to do so continuously and positively in every community in which you reside. For pioneers, civic engagement means being committed to the civic life of our communities and to be committed to continuously developing the knowledge, the skills, the values, and the motivation that enable you to make a positive difference. Being civically engaged means that you will extend yourself and give of your time, energy, and attention to promote the quality of life in your communities in ways both large and small. This engagement can take many forms through local, regional, state, or national politics, or social or community activities, or as an aspect of your professional career. It means you are an active participant in the world around you and contribute to the well-being of the neighborhood in which you live, the communities of which you are a member, and more broadly in your state or region, as well as nationally. University of Wisconsin-Platteville pioneers are well known for their positive contributions to communities in Wisconsin and beyond. They have served and continue to serve in local, state, and national government. They coach youngsters in Little League and volleyball. They volunteer at hospitals and participate in the lives of their local educational institutions. In other words, they help to solve issues in their communities. They contribute to improving both the physical and social infrastructure of the communities where they live. Keep in mind as you leave here today that you have both the ability and will likely have the many opportunities to have an impact in ways that are big and small. Some of this just means taking the time to help someone in need. And I'm sure each of you have been helped in some critical way at a juncture in your life. And I'd like to tell you about a moment in mine. When I was 11 years old, I was taken from one foster home and placed in a boys' home. I didn't like the change in circumstance, and I did not like the home. A few months after I arrived there in late October, I decided to run away and find something else to do. I was all of 11 years old. It was late October, and I walked about 5 miles and realized I wasn't as smart as I thought because it was cold and I hadn't even brought a jacket with me. So I stepped into a gas station next to the interstate. The store clerk took note of me, an unattached 11-year-old hanging out in his store at 11 o'clock at night. He engaged me, talked to me, pulled out of me what my issues were, and eventually talked me into returning back to the boys' home. I, of course, didn't want to walk that 5 miles back up the hill. So he closed the store, put me in his pickup truck, took me back, and dropped me off. Now, I'm certain that that situation could have proceeded much differently. If I had been picked up as a runaway, the result of my actions likely would have set my life on a different and more perilous trajectory. This simple act by a stranger kept me on track and avoided a whole range of bad outcomes. Now, many of you have experienced or witnessed civic engagement on this campus. Think of the people, probably one of the professors sitting here in front of us now, who went well above and beyond for each one of you. Someone who recognized an opportunity for you or a resource that you needed, and they made sure that you were able to take advantage of it. Our very own academic community continues to foster a sense of civic engagement beyond our campus. A great example is our chapter of Engineers Without Borders. Student members in the Platteville chapter have been making a difference in rural Ghana for several years by helping to build a primary school that will serve 250 to 300 students from kindergarten through 6th grade. You've also, whether you know it or not, witnessed the results of alumni contributing to our university. A couple of fabulous exemplars of this are Robert and James Wright. Both are veterans, and both are University of Wisconsin-Platteville alums. They saw it as their mission to help provide opportunities for veterans to thrive in educational settings, and so they donated the money to establish the Wright Center. The center on this campus provides support and community for veterans and non-traditional students working on their degrees at this university. And as a result of the presence of the Wright Center, veteran students report feeling more comfortable, more connected, and better able to perform at a high level at this university. All of this is an outcome of the contribution that the Wright brothers have made to this university. They understood a need and took the initiative to enhance this aspect of our community. So, as you leave here and begin the next chapters in your lives, please reflect on the people and institutions that have contributed to your personal achievement and success. Plan to be a University of Wisconsin-Platteville pioneer who provides that kind of support in your community. Consider becoming a volunteer in some community-based activities. Always be a good neighbor. You can be a leader in your church community or in a local business community, or, God forbid, you could run for office. All of these are positions from which you can help empower and improve your community, as have pioneers who have gone before you. And remember, you never know how the smallest gestures might have a profound impact. I never saw that clerk from the gas station again, but I will be forever grateful to him that he thought about the right thing to do for me and did it. You may never see the professor from this university who went the extra mile for you, or the donors who contributed to your education at this university. But it is my request of you that you go out and pay it forward and be a good citizen in your new communities. Your pioneer education has prepared you to do this. It has laid a foundation on which you have built the ability to do much of what it takes to excel in the future. Take your experience at Platteville and your piece of the Platteville legacy with you into your jobs, your families, and your social networks, and intentionally work to have a positive impact on the workplaces and communities where you live. As a member of the Pioneer Legacy, know that you are in charge of your own destiny and that your alma mater has great faith in you. Have no doubt that you can make a powerful impact on the world. And remember, wherever you go, that you have the power to make every day, a great day to be a pioneer. Thank you.
I'm short. All of the candidates, all of the individuals who are candidates for bachelor's degrees, please stand. Chancellor Shields, as provost and as directed by the university faculty, I certify that the individuals standing before you are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degrees. and upon completion of the prescribed curricula are entitled to receive their degrees from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I therefore recommend that these candidates be granted the appropriate diplomas for the curricula completed.
Upon this certification by the Provost and Vice Chancellor, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree that you have earned, together with all the rights and privileges attending thereto.
And now, candidates, please take your tassel and move it from right to left on your mortarboard, as you are now a UW-Platteville graduate. Congratulations. Candidates, please be seated as we begin the awarding of individual degrees. And audience, we know this is a very exciting time, and we expect celebration. But I ask that everyone show respect for each of the graduates and for those seated near you. Everyone here is anxious to hear the name of their special graduates, so please refrain from excessive celebration or using artificial noisemakers. It's been done. Registrar David Kiekefer will read the names of the candidates. Now I ask Dr. Melissa Gormley, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education, to come forward.
Thank you. Chancellor Shields and Provost Throop, as Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Education, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science. Candidates, please begin coming forward.
Emma Helen Cleveland. Sakara Nicole Wages. Cassidy Morgan Babcock. Kirsten A. Adams. Mariah Leone Ahrens. Max Patrick Allen. Maria M. Alvarez. Dustin J. Anderson. Elaine Page Anderson. Jeremy S. Anderson. Kevin Lynn Baker. Leonard Allen Balash. Zoisha Lee Bartosik. Joseph Edward Becker. Tyler Bailing. Mary R. Berger. Kelsey K. Bigelow. Felicia Billing. Deanna D. Bingham. Cole Thomas Blakely. Christina May Bordner. Samantha Jacqueline Bortgren. Blake H. Bradford. Jolynn N. Broadus. Brett M. Brown. Brianna S. Bruce. Rachel Carolyn Briezowitz. Jonathan Robert Brum. Bradley J. Brunette, Alyssa G. Bullock, Lindsay Ruth Burkholder, Mitchell J. Burkholder, Leah Butcher, Virginia J. Budd, Evangeline Carlson, Caitlin Marie Cheverati, Courtney K. Kristen, Elliot A. Christensen, Emma R. Church, Clayton J. Coleman, Stephanie A. Cooper, Dylan John Corbeil, Angela C. Coda, Bryce William Davis, Megan Davis, Lindsay N. Decker, Joshua Joseph De La Paz, Bradley S. Doherty, David S. Drake, Katie R. Dressler, Jonathan Taylor Dundor, Mary Kathleen Swift Ebeling, Corey James Elam, David C. Ellis, Natalie Ann Irby, Evan J. Ewing, Richard T. Fanta Jr., Samantha Jo Feldy, Marcus Kevin Foyt, Sarah Madeline Viala, Hope R. Finch, Brian C. Fiskus, Hannah Marie Fleming, Alexis L. Fliggy, Austin James Franke, Caitlin K. Fries, Chase Nelson Golly, Matthew G. Goldthorpe, Shanice Marcella Grimsled, Allison Marie Gunlock, Michaela Ray Hambley, Lucas Charles Harding, Alexander B. Hardrath, Shasta Ann Harmon, Taylor Marie Hauser, Jesse J. Hare, Bryce W. Heggie, Ashley Beth Harrow, Kalina Marie Hildebrandt, Sydney Ruth Holbach, James N. Hopp, Amanda Justine Ia, Kyle M. James, Michael J. James, John A. Jenkins, Jessica Marie Jensen. Anna Marie Jensen. Ann M. Johns. Danielle Lee Johnson. Olivia M. Johnson. Samantha Lee Johnson. Ashley Rose Camps. Megan Elizabeth Keach. Marissa Keating. Raven C. Keel. Tasha Jean Kelly. Stacy Ann Keeler. Thomas J. Kurt. Jason Daniel Kissling. Timothy Patrick Neeling. Cassidy Levon Canal. Paul R. Crombo. Nicole Ann LaFave. Lindsay Marie Lambert. Nolan Patrick Lamberty. Madison Noel Lauby. Dustin J. Lawson. Alyssa Lynn Leeser. Jessica Ann Lucen. Samantha Ray Ludwig. Ellen A. Luthanen. Stuart Patton Lyman. Eric V. Maldonado. Tyler D. MacArthur. Sarah H. Macraw. Derek J. Mejia. Ryan E. Miles. Sierra L. Miller. Devin N. Montgomery. Cameron Adam Moniel. Amber Nicole Morris. Mitchell B. Munda. Matthew O. Mativa. Joseph Ryan Nelson. Ryan Mark Nussbaum. Heather Marie Obershaw. Lori Jean Olson. Gregory James Osborne. Catherine E. Pape. Krista Lynn Parson. James Roman Pahacek. Elizabeth Mary Pellegrin. Melissa Joy Pinera. Samuel Anthony Perna. Alexandria Ray Person. Jacob Dean Pettit. Haley Christine Poli. Allison Taylor Ponto. Kyle Michael Porter. Anthony M. Radin. Dominic E. Ramirez. Lucas W. Randall. Morgan Reese. Thea P. Reitz. Callie R. Ryman. Courtney Elizabeth Remus. J. Joanne Reynolds. Shanice M. Rich. Lindsay M. Robeson. Austin Timothy Rowan. Megan Rohr. Jessica Ann Reinierson. Lydia Schalk. Bethany Mae Schrader. Anna Rose Schultz. Kristen Sue Schumacher. Troy Allen Showers. Brooke Smith. Isaac C. Smith. Christian Solano. Carl Jacob Spangler. Lee M. Stawinaga. Zach Steele. Eric Allen Stein. Christina Lynn Steinbauer. Mitchell Shelby Stocking. Danielle Ellen Storkson. Taylor Ann Strunsey. Nathan Thomas Stewart. Robert William Taylor. Charlotte Thomas. Christine Beverly Town. Nicole Lynn Tuckwood. Mariah E. Umhafer. Corey G. Vossen. Brooke May Van Beek. Devin C. Vance. Eric Joseph Vandehei. Lane Dale Wagner. Chelsea Renee Washburn. Zachary L. Wadig. Caitlin May Weiss. Amber L. Weitz. Kayla Sue Wigman. Jacob J.C. Wilkinson. Nicole Lee Williams. Emma E. Wilson. Spencer J. Winger. Caitlin Elizabeth Winther. Abigail May Woods. Coral Elise Wubin. Daniel J. Wanaka Reddy. Andrew John Yamriska. Rachel Ann Zadarsky. Olivia Avalon Zednick. Lindsay A. Zettel.
Putting together this ceremony takes considerable work, much of it behind the scenes. Thank you to the following: senior staff, some of whom are seated here on stage, our commencement committee, led by Dr. Joanne Wilson and Dr. Leonida Lemanovich, commencement marshal, Minnie Nimixton-Herder, who is retiring after a 30-plus year career as an educator, dean, provost, and mentor to so many here on campus. Registrar David Keycaver, who read the names, student ambassadors who served as ushers, the UW-Platteville Steel Drum Band, led by the admirable Keith Leinert, the best commencement band ever, Media Technology Services, and the Division of University Relations. For all of those just mentioned who helped with the production of today's ceremony, please rise and be recognized. Now, sitting in front is a group who has taught and advised and so much more our graduating class. Will the UW-Platteville faculty and staff please rise and be recognized for your many efforts? Now, of course, none of this would be possible without the last group I'm going to mention. This group has helped our graduates throughout their collegiate career and, in fact, through their entire lives. Will the family and friends of the 2017 graduates please stand and be recognized? Oh, don't sit down so fast. Would everyone please rise? And turn to page 56 of your commencement program for the rousing alma mater, Let Again. Please sing along with Savannah Benton. The commencement ceremonies have been recorded and are available for on-demand viewing on the campus website. I would ask that the audience remain seated until the faculty have left the gymnasium. Once the faculty have reached the lobby, the graduates are dismissed and can join their families and friends. Flags representing all of the countries from which our students hail are displayed out in the main lobby for pictures, as are the college banners. This concludes our ceremony. Once again, congratulations to the University of Wisconsin graduating class of 2017.